Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 25th of January 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for this reading, and while I'm shuffling the cards, I just want to mention that I had an interview with numerology.com. They're going to do the podcast, they're going to release it in February, at the end of February sometime. But we were talking about astrology and numerology and stuff, and at the end, what came out, I think, is really important for someone to hear today, because the message was connection. The solution to most of our problems is connection with others. As human beings, we're not solitary, isolated creatures. So if you can connect with someone in a physical way, or if you can connect with someone in a virtual way, or if you connect to your higher self or your inner child, very important today. That's what I'm getting already, and I haven't pulled cards. So let's see what the cards do want you to be aware of. We have a beautiful looking Queen of Swords. Lovely. I love her. She's like a ninja queen. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Another cool kind of warrior type of athlete guy. This card wants to be here. We have the Five of Swords. It's got a bit of a headache, this one. And someone's in the back there. Okay. So let's have a look at what this means. The Queen of Swords is sometimes represented as the evil queen. Here she's a lifeguard, I think. There's some flags, or she's sitting on some sort of outlook position. Eagle's up there looking around. She can view everything far and wide. And she has this sword there, and she's the protector of this area, the realm. She's the queen, but she's the queen in a soldier kind of sense. So she rules through violence and attacks and defenses, and doesn't question her decisions. If someone is attacking her kingdom, she sees those people as usurpers. She'll use that sword and cut their heads off. It's really like a hardcore, decisive ruthlessness that has to be in these kind of warriors. Because when you're in that situation and the people are coming at you with their swords, you've got something, you can either run or defend yourself or go on the attack, but you're going to have to do something, otherwise you're just trampled or you get stuck with someone else's sword. So the Queen of Swords knows that things sometimes are a little bit less than ideal. If you want to maintain your freedom, then use your intellect. Use your intellect in a way that's decisive, but not hard and cutting and sarcastic, but constructive and productive for your personal freedom. Yellow and red, joy and love. And this blue flag with the triangle upwards, the element of water, these are all things that she is looking at. Everything is beneath her. So joy and control, she doesn't need that. She's far too clever. But the emotional stuff, she's still not reached the heights of that, really. She's still just looking there. So for her to evolve, it's interesting because usually the Queen of Swords is the master of her domain. But in this deck, they're saying that her issue is that she's too hard. She's become too bitter, too much of a warrior, and she's forgotten that she actually loves and wanted to marry her, I don't know, her lover when she was 18, and it could have been a whole different life. The next card is the Knight of Swords, and he is still trying to manage what she has achieved. So the Knight of Swords is, yeah, look, he's got a crossbow, he is running, we've got another bird there, freedom, speed, and a motorcycle. So he's running to this motorcycle. He's obviously hunting something, and both of these are birds of prey. So first of all, we have two very masculine entities today, two characters. We've got three characters here today. Two of them are very kind of alpha types. The Queen of Swords is someone who's in a position of power. She's tough, she's ruthless. He's ruthless. If it's a male or a female, it doesn't matter. But that energy of ruthlessness and power and thinking with logic and no heart whatsoever, then it's one kind of reality, but it doesn't need to be as tough. So if a judge decides to make a ruling, they can make a ruling that either is punitive for the person who's imprisoned, or that judge can use the wisdom and the knowledge of her law studies, but also her heart and her feelings and her humanity. And she says, you know what, this is a 13-year-old boy. I'm trying as an adult and I'm going to send him to prison. No, actually, we're going to put him in like this treatment care facility where he actually has a chance of being in a good place in a couple of years, so that we're not punishing this person, but instead we're giving him a chance. So the Queen of Swords needs to be tough because difficult circumstances require a certain steel in your spine. All right. So you've got that today. Use the emotional side to win completely and to liberate yourself. The Knight of Swords, he's sprinting towards this motorbike. You could see him sprinting towards her, really. So I really think this is a great day for like-minded people to come together and to meet. So it's a great day for friendships and to connect with someone based on information. We're going to the concert or we're going to the exhibition. There's a speaker here in London. We're going to go see the speaker. Dinner party, wedding, any kind of social event, please attend it because you will meet someone who's like-minded. And yes, I've spoken about how the Queen of Swords is too harsh and he sometimes is really extreme and sometimes he's nowhere to be found. But that is one aspect of the day. But the other aspect is that these two can come together and form a really good relationship. Now, finally, Headache Boy, Five of Swords, a raven or a crow is squawking in his ear. There's someone else there who is on top of the mountain, kind of putting his hand up and saying, I'm the king of the world, yay! But there's blood there. So has he died? Very confusing. Look at the blood. I don't know. I'm seeing this person say, hooray, everything's wonderful. And he's seeing the Aurora Borealis. And he is totally free. And he is the opposite of free. He is someone who dreams of this and whose kind of dream has died because he's dreaming of doing this. This is how I'm interpreting the card. This is how it's coming through to me. So he imagines doing all of this, but his problems in life immediately give him the headache. You can't do this because you have responsibilities. You need to pay the internet bill. You need to take care of that person. You need to pay off the loan. And all of his freedom slides down and goes to pot. So we've got some key words here. We've got freedom. And we've got a sense of being ill at ease and being stuck and being repressed. So today, the Knight of Swords, you can see he is powerful. He's at high speed there. Knight of Swords is never going to be boring or slow. It's always going to be extreme and drastic. So expect a lot of communication today. Expect a lot of talking. Expect to, through all of that talking, to meet someone who is on your level. And what happens is when the two sword people meet, they ignite that feeling between them because there's chemistry. So they create something bigger than themselves, which is love that comes in. but only if you follow your dreams like this one has, and you get on the bike or you fight for the kingdom. You follow your dreams and you think big and you think in terms of magical. Think there's something called magical thinking, which people advise against. So don't expect, like the law, the secret. Imagine a check coming through the door and it will. People say that's magical thinking because that's not how things work. But in my experience, that kind of is how things work. Because if we think big and we think wonderfully and we think magic, in my experience, again, the people I've known who have these temperaments and think a certain way and guard what comes into their mind, they have a certain life. And people who are negative and look on at the glass half empty have other types of lives. So the immediate, urgent things that keep you oppressed, that keep you feeling like you're stuck and you have to censor yourself, they're going to be a headache today. But ignore them if you have the luxury to do so, if you can. If you have something that there's a deadline today that absolutely must be met, then go for it. But if you can possibly look at what it is you want to achieve, connect with other people to achieve it, and don't worry so much about the mundane, everyday kind of bill stuff and informational headaches, bureaucracy, red tape that you have to deal with today. Instead of that, get rid of this crow, let it fly away, go look at the northern lights, go on the hill and spread out your arms and say, I'm the king of the world. Invite other people to the journey. They're going to enjoy the view as well. And then when the three of you are up there, going to get chatting, and then you'll go down to the little hut at the bottom of the mountain and you'll have drinks and après-ski and it'll be fabulous. And then the other table joins you and then you meet someone who you really like and then you're at the same hotel and so on. So it's interesting because we've got all swords, and swords is about ideas. It's the element of air. It's ideas, it's thinking, it's communication, it's making decisions. If you struggled to make decisions in the past, make them today, because you'll be like, decision made, finished. There's absolutely no question about you doubting yourself. If anything, question yourself in the sense of, am I being too ruthless today? Am I rushing into things? Am I just doing something to get rid of the headache it's giving me? Or am I doing something that I really want? Don't let yourself be run and controlled by the circumstances of your life, bills and all of the stuff that you have to deal with. They will still be there tomorrow and they'll still be there the next day. So give yourself the chance, because the universe is saying, if you give yourself the chance and if you overcome this obstacle of the immediacy and the ego screaming in your ear saying urgent, 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 you have to communicate and get everything sorted immediately today. All your life problems have to be solved right now, which you can't do. And you say, thank you very much, fly away. I'm focusing on this dream I have. That's when you're out and about and you focus on other people and you communicate and you give yourself a chance to really meet someone who is who becomes an important person in your life through circumstances which you could have never foreseen as being romantic in any way. Number-wise, the queen is 1. The knight is 1 because they're court cards, so that's 2. 1 and 2 is a relationship in itself. 5 is 7. 7 is mind and creativity. So 1, 2, and 5 is 7. You can either look at the day and let your mind be influenced by all the negativity that's being barked into it. Don't do that. Don't let other people sneeze their negative thought, bacteria, germs into your head. Books can be terrible. I've read some poisonous books. I don't know about you, but I don't even want to mention the name of it, but I read a book that poisoned me for years. I was under the influence of it. And art can influence people. And you have the choice of either going down that rabbit hole of I can't and I have to do this and I have to and I'm forced to, or you can rise above it and ask for help. Dear universe, please help me rise above all of these troublesome things that I feel like I have to do right now, immediately, and let me see the bigger picture and let me appreciate the beauty of the northern lights. And that's an example of the magical and the miraculous and the spiritual that is on our planet, that you can see, and that is often right in front of your face, but it's hidden. So the unlikely becomes likely today. And the harsh and the ruthless turns out to have a wonderful big heart. And the headache ends up in total clarity and freedom. Look, we've got birds everywhere. So fly and enjoy your freedom and talk to people and be out there and make this a day to enjoy yourself. This is not the day to resolve all of your life problems at once. Have an amazing day. Make sure you have the right mindset. That's the only thing I need to warn you about, because 7, have the right mindset and say, I will see the northern lights today, or whatever the equivalent is. I will see the most beautiful woman in the world today. I will climb that hill today. I will do it. And go and live your dream, and then put your arms out like that, exactly like that, and say, I am the queen of the world. I'm the king of the world. And really celebrate yourself, even if you don't feel like doing it, and create magic around you, because that is what will draw in magical things. Like, rather than asking, where is the party at? Say, I'm the party. Here I am. I'm available. Come and get me. And people will sprint and run and see you and will want to be with you. He's upset and has got a headache because he can't be up there. He wishes he could be like that, but no, he's just in a leather jacket being crawled at. So have a lovely day. Don't let them grind you down, as they say, and instead focus on your bliss, your desires. Have an amazing day. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please head over to my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Book Your Reading Now button on the front page to order a reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology, and I can answer any questions you have about life purpose, love, where to live, the future, aptitudes, job, anything at all. Then please get in touch with me for a personal reading via the website. If you like this video, then please share it online. That would be ever so kind of you. And hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, the red subscribe button, to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful community that we've built here. There's so many lovely people on this YouTube channel. So I just want to say hi to all of you lovely people who make this possible, that we have this little YouTube community. And ask each other, guys, to help each other or pull cards for each other, because if you've got a dialogue with someone through this channel, then I've done my job, and you've connected with someone. Especially today, use the channel to connect with other people. And if someone asks you to pull a card for them, pull a card for them. Or don't give unsolicited advice. So don't say, oh, hello, I don't know you, but I see doom in your future. Don't do that. But if you're chatting with someone and you're like, okay, could someone pull a card for me? And you want some info, and you don't have any other way to connect, feel free to use my channel to do that. This community is a community of seekers, and a lot of wisdom is made available to you through these wonderful people who are on this channel. So have a great day. I will speak to you tomorrow. And check out the weekly horoscopes and all of the other videos on the channel as well. All the best, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.